Hey there, Monkeys here, and we are in the nether. I wanted to show you a wither skeleton farm that I built a few months ago, and at the same time we'll probably add in a small storage system, so hang on tight, it's a long ride, I'll get back to you in a second. Alright, and here we are. It's a long ride, about 600 blocks, but we made it. And this is it. It's the outside of the wither skull farm that I built, like I said, a few months ago. This is not my design. This is a cool design I saw in a showcase video by Xisumavoid. So this thing is looks really massive. To be honest, most of the work was actually just carving out this giant hole. A lot of this was netherrack, and of course you have to build your wither skull farm in the middle of nether fortress, so there's a lot of nether brick to mine out as well. So tons of netherrack mined out, lots of nether brick mined out, and then I built this great big box around it, and then built the farm in the middle. So I'll climb up to the top and show you how it works. Okay, so here we are. We're near the top here. You can see there is one mob in there. So the farm is kind of mirrored on both sides. You can see that skeleton just got pushed off by the slime blocks. He drops into the collection area, and the collection area is pretty cleverly designed. Xisumavoid and his friends designed this, and it's a really neat system. I'll show you that in a bit more detail in a bit. But it basically kills all mobs except for wither skeletons. You can see there's a tip of a wither skeleton poking out there, and allows you to collect them so that you can collect their skulls. Basically there's 3 platforms. These are all built within following kind of the rules of where wither skeletons and other nether fortress mobs might spawn, and I built this around a double crossroads in the original nether fortress. Obviously all that's been mined out. So yeah, 3 platforms. This one is about roughly at the original level of the crossroads, one above, and then one below. And yeah, both halves are identical on the left and right side, but it's also mirror imaged from front to back. So if we go over to the other side, you'll see that glass tube drop area is identical on the back side. So there's two spots where the mobs get pushed and fall off into. So yeah, these crazy slime block bars will kind of move back and forth. There's 6 of them in total, 2 per platform, kind of moving in opposite directions. So the kind of any mobs that spawn, not a lot are going to spawn right now because we're kind of close to the farm. We need to be 24 blocks away. So the only chance we have is towards the far end. But yeah, anything that spawns up there is going to get pushed off and dropped off into these tubes. You can see a pack of wither skeletons. That's exactly what we want. They get pushed down, take a little bit of damage. That's okay as long as they don't die, and then they'll be softened by the time they get pushed down to the bottom. So that's kind of how the upper level works. What I really like about this farm design is, well, one, it's really neat. I really like the slime blocks and those moving bars. But 2, it's actually pretty resource friendly. So it's one of the farms that we built fairly early on the life of this server. It does use a fair amount of obsidian. You do have to have access to a slime farm to collect all these slime blocks. We do have a pretty basic one, but those are pretty easy to put together. And then the redstone looks a little intimidating in the middle here, but it's actually not that bad. It's just basically two clock circuits. This is the only area I've kind of changed from the original. So 1 clock circuit on this far side. And apologize, this is not meant to serve as a tutorial. If you want to learn how to build this farm, definitely check out Azuma's video. He also has a world download. That's how I kind of figured out how to build all of this. But yeah, it's got this really neat clock circuit here that controls all the slime bars moving back and forth, and then the second clock circuit. And in his original design, he had 2 separate circuits. I can kind of condensed it into one hopper clock based setup that triggers the collection mechanism on both sides. So let's go take a quick look at that, and then we'll move on to the enhancement phase. So this is the spot where we want our mobs to get pushed into. You can see there's a slime bar up there that that will occasionally retract and extend. That's to make sure that the mobs get pushed into this channel, but it also has a secondary function. So if you do get the large size magma cubes spawning within this farm, that slime block will actually crush them enough to make them split into the smaller versions, and then the smaller versions will get crushed by this second block made out of nether brick. This block will also crush everything else that kind of happens to show up in the farm. So it'll get rid of blazes, get zombie pigmen, the occasional non-wither skeleton. And then the wither skeletons, because of their height, let's see if we can find one here. No luck on this side. Let's go check the other side. The only thing I don't like about this farm is the running back and forth to the two sides. Here's one. So you can see when because he's 2.5 blocks high, there's kind of a quirk in the suffocation mechanics in the game that he's unaffected by that. So basically your wither skeletons will just slowly collect down here, and then when you're ready, pull out a looting sword, which I forgot to bring with me, and a couple of quick hits, and then they're done, and then their stuff will, if you don't happen to pick it up, it'll fall into this hopper chain, which will just end up into the chest at the end. And then you can see what kind of goodies you've collected. So you can see I didn't get any wither skulls out of that. Looting sword, definitely super helpful to make that process go faster. And you can see there's a blaze, and he is getting suffocated by that nether brick bar. And then the half slabs just make sure that none of these guys can shoot at or try to hit you while you're trying to collect the loot that you came for. So another wither skeleton. Ooh, I think he just dropped a skull. I thought I saw a skull. And there it is. Sweet. Hey, keep in mind, if you build this, don't expect to be so lucky on every hit. Looting sword will make your chances go up dramatically. It's still, something like a 2.5–3% odds with a looting 3 sword to actually get a wither skull. So you be prepared to mow down a lot of wither skeletons. Also really important if you want to maximize your odds is to slab all of the outside spaces so that you force mobs to spawn within here. I've done some slabbing, but there's still quite a bit left to slab. You can see I put some cobblestone up there. But yeah, the more you slab, the better. And obviously everything inside here is all built on half slabs. All right, so we've been hanging out at the AFK point down in the bottom of this little hole. Tried to light it up nice. I brought some bookshelves, so one of the things I want to do later is put some reading material down there, so when you're hanging out, you have something to do. But yeah, it's 24 blocks down, far away enough from the bottom platform so that mobs can spawn and that you can get your decent rates out of the farm. And look at this. Look at all the skeletons that have collected. So that's one side. Zuma's showcase does mention that blazes can occasionally glitch out on the fence posts on that middle level. The fence posts, I believe, were there in order to let the medium-sized magma cubes kind of slide down and get trapped in the suffocation area. And yeah, a whole ton of them hanging out here. You can see a few more blazes getting weeded out. It's too bad that blazes don't drop anything when they're killed automatically, but we do have a blaze farm separate from this, so there is another source for blaze rods. So let's take all these guys out, see what we get. Did get that one skull earlier on a fluke. But yeah, let's see if we can get a few more. We've only got one beacon going on the server right now. Been playing around with this farm enough to get just enough skulls for another beacon. But one of the things I want to do in this episode is just add a quick sorting system, and I'm actually going to sort out wither skulls into its own chest. Might seem a little silly because it is going to use up a few skulls just to put them into the sorting system, but I hate unsorted chests. Hey, look at that. second skull. So perfect. So the next step is to do a little bit of enhancements. Like I said, I wanted to put some reading materials down there, but the main thing I wanted to do was add a pretty basic sorting system. So we're going to have some chests in here. This is one of the reasons why I condensed the original farm into a single clock up there. I think I'm going to probably take all the stuff from the far side, bring it over here, or I'm not sure. Let me figure that out, and I'll get back to you once some of the stuff's in place. All right, and we're back. Quick progress update here. I tried a few different designs. Decided I like this. It's pretty massive set of storage, but it looks pretty good with the walls of chests. Well, I don't think you have to a heck of a lot of AFKing here to ever fill up any of these. But yeah, the idea would be to collect the different types of drops, sort them out. So we'll have columns for stuff from skeletons. So we got bones, arrows, coal from the wither skeletons, and we'll have one filter for those precious wither skulls. And then we'll have gold from the zombie pigmen, rotten flesh, the occasional magma cream from the magma cubes, and then we'll have this as our junk area. So that'll collect all those wonderful, almost broken stone swords. They'll all end up in here. So we're going to build the storage area here out back. Okay, so we've got the hoppers rearranged a bit and get the start on the sorting system. So we're now sorting arrows and bones. Still have the other 6 to go. The hoppers running along the base of the collection area are now running. That side runs down under the floor here. The other side has a much shorter run, and those are going to go into a 6-high dropper tower right here. It's a little packed in here, but here's the tower, and then that'll run into a row of hoppers that run along the top of the back of the wall of chests. You can see right now it's just ending in that block that's temporary. We've got two filters set up here. So the first filter is for arrows. Second one is for bones. Same design for both. Both pretty simple. Using because they're one apart, don't have to worry about overflow protection. So just using a shorter run that needs 21 filter items. So created some filter rack. And then one of the item we want to filter, and that'll be important for the one that collects the skulls, because obviously we don't want to have 40-some skulls trapped in here like we did for the other farm. All right, so I'm going to continue on. I'm going to expand those that row of filters out all the way to this very far wall, and then get back to you. And we're back. We're at the AFK point. You can see I've added a little selection of books and magazines, so AFKing in the farm is never as boring as it used to be. And if we head up this way, the storage system is finished. So we've got 3 filters on this side, plus this is the final chest that collects everything else. So no filters there, and then 4 filters plus the dropper tower just to get everything up to the right level. So take a look at that. That's pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with that. Anyways, I think I'll wrap it up here. Yeah, definitely any feedback you have, very much appreciated. Anything that can help me make better videos, yeah, just leave it down there in the comment section. Again, don't forget to check out Xisumavoid's showcase video. This farm's pretty cool, and it is his design. And yeah, if you like this video, feel free to go ahead and press that like button. If you're interested in see what I'll be up to in the future, go ahead and subscribe, and thanks for watching.